Okay, we have 25 people now. Let's wait a little bit more so some different folks can join. I already see some names from worldwide, which is really, really nice. Great to already have like 25 people online. So yeah, let's wait a couple more minutes and we're gonna start the webinar. Thank you so much for everyone that are joining the these webinar. We're really really humble for everyone here. Yep, I can see already some people from Belgium arriving. Hello, hello. One more minute. When it's about 03, we can start. Great. Welcome everyone joining the webinar right now. I think we can start. So yeah, I think we're ready. We're ready to rock. In any case, if anyone joins a little bit later, it's not a problem. And then yes, like just so everyone knows, well, really really nice to meet you all. Thanks for your time, for getting to for making to these webinar. So yeah, the idea is like so we can talk a little bit more about what I think it's going to be a great deal in terms of the relationship among like all the human beings, especially like um, with like customer service in the near future or already like which is like big already like presently, and which is like how we can uh, improve the customer engagement through AI, specifically around conversation AI. We have the great pleasure to invite Retell AI to this conversation. We're going to have a great conversation Q&A session with them. I can even already tell that you're going to see a live demo of the so what went basically viral Retell AI's product lately when it comes to conversation AI. And with you for this webinar, my name is Lucas. I'm an enterprise relationship manager here at Elevenlabs. I work specifically with conversational AI companies. So all the customers that are looking into doing real-time interaction with AI voices. And I also have the pleasure to have Bing, who's the CEO and co-founder of Retell AI, and also Zexia, the CTO of and co-founder of Retell AI as well, which is an amazing AI agent company. And we're gonna have like an amazing conversation later on. So the idea here is a little bit, firstly, just for the people that still doesn't know much about Elevenlabs, is to give you a quick introduction about Elevenlabs and especially how we work powering conversation AI companies, and then a little bit as well on how you can optimize latency, which is always a big deal for all the conversational AI companies. And then of course I think like one of the most awaited moments of this conversation, which is a fireside chat with Bing and Zexia, a little bit about their journey as a company and as well as with using Elevenlabs. They're going to gift us with an amazing live demo. So you're going to be able to see in action what Elevenlabs can do when you apply them to you integrate them with other LLMs. And then, of course, we want to allow you to ask your questions. You can also, like, even if you want to ask some questions before the Q&A session, no problem at all. You don't see him, but we also have Terry here, my colleague, who's helping me in the mission of working with conversation AI companies here at Elevenlabs, and he will be also answering your questions in the question tab that you see probably somewhere here. Great. And then at the end, really 1-2 minutes just to talk a little bit about the Elevenlabs grant, as a lot of you guys are startups. And I think we can also talk a little bit about that, how it's a great opportunity for so many customers and so many companies that are starting up their journey. All right, cool. I think we can start by Elevenlabs, a little bit about us and how we can help your company. So for those who doesn't know, Elevenlabs is a company that we've been around 2 years in the market now. So primarily we're a research company, and our primary goal is to create human-like voices, right? Voices that can be the most realistic, versatile, and mainly context aware for our customers. And then when we say like context aware, is that it can have it can take into consideration the context, what is being said, or the text, in order to deliver voices that will act accordingly, right? And then our mission is to support various industries. So like now today we're talking more about AI chatbots, virtual assistants, and like real-time interaction. But Elevenlabs already works with so many of the industry leaders, around audiobooks, publishers, gaming, movie companies, media, and so many other types of companies, right? Um, and and something that I would like to bring to you, right, is to understand why Elevenlabs probably succeeded so much in the last 2 years. So Elevenlabs is basically probably one of the few companies that achieved the status of unicorn in such a short time. So it was like around 1.5 year, and as well as with so many like few employees, right? We were less than 50 employees at that time. And I think like AI voices, they have been around for a while now, maybe years. And I think like Elevenlabs achieved such a success because we were able to disrupt the voices that they were at the time, present in the industry in general, with way more human-like voices, right? And how we can help like your applications, especially if we're talking about conversation AI applications. So if you're here in this webinar and you do anything that it's basically live, right? That could be going from live training to make appointments, or if you develop like any type of like personal assistant and all that, that's something that we can help you for sure. And I just wanted to bring you like a few examples of what voices used to be and what they can be right now, right? So let me know like if you can hear that, or if you cannot hear that, just let me know. But this is a few examples of what the same sentences is spoken with like the same accents, with like Amazon Polly, which is like a really big tool that has been around for a while, and what the same sentence that can be done through Elevenlabs.
Sure. Let me just check on that for you. Could you, tell me who your insurance provider is?
Great. And then something that could be done with 11 Labs.
Sure, let me just check on that for you. Could you tell me who your insurance provider is?
Or for example, for a personal assistant example.
Hey Lindsay, it's Kelly here. Your favorite finance assistant. I've noticed there is one bill outstanding this week.
Oh, and to one example
Hey
would
Lindsay,
be.
it's Kelly here, your favorite finance assistant. I've noticed there is one bill outstanding this week, the electricity one, and I just wanted to double check with you if you've seen it and if you want me to pay that with your account balance. There is enough to cover it.
So that there you can see like how much like human-like voices can be, and at the end of the day, like the more human-like you can be, what we've noticed is that naturally the engagement with customers, with users, will be much higher. Great. Um, and then when it comes to the way we offer like our products, right, which can be something that you're thinking of. So basically, like Elevenlabs have different models. Ultimately, we can support 29 languages. However, for real-time interactions, we would be using either the 11 Multilingual V1, which supports 9 languages, and the 11 Turbo V2, which is like our fastest and I would say best model for real-time interactions, that supports English only now, but that's something that we're expecting to change in the near future. Cool. And I think like just to wrap up this part, like some of the things that Elevenlabs can support for enterprise companies in general is not only the voice quality that you just heard here, but we can deliver the voices at a very low latency, which is means like the time of response after you generated the audio is quite fast. So like it could be as fast as 400 milliseconds. We also have for those users who are using, for example, Twilio, we already have the output format in 8,000 hertz. And also like one of the things that we see that is one of the most important things for conversation AI companies is that we give customers really high concurrency. So basically, we put no limitations to the number of concurrent requests that you may do. So basically, if you have like I don't know numerous AI agents doing requests at the same time for us, we put no limitation to that. And then of course there's like the security part as well, where we can support customers with what we call like the privacy mode, which is end-to-end encryption and allowing as well that we do not store any of your data in terms of like text or audio. They are like deleted automatically, and we only will store information regarding like metadata, right? So we can bill you at the end of the month, but we're not going to keep any text or audio for you. So for some customers, they prefer to do that. And then of course, a streaming WebSocket and output streaming that will especially help with latency, and that's something that we can talk as well in the next slide. Cool. And then we were lucky to be trusted by some of the most disruptive companies in the market, especially, and one of them is Retellai, that is here in this call with us, and we're gonna talk to them shortly. Cool. And in regards the way the voices, right? Just so you guys know, Elevenlabs has a really vast voice library. So we have like thousands and thousands of voices in our voice library that you can choose depending on what's your use case, depending on like what kind of voice you're looking for, what kind of accent you want, which is a big thing as well when we're talking about conversation AI, is you have like different accents that will resonate even more to your customers. And then also we have instant voice cloning. So if you or your customers, sorry, I just had a little problem with my headset. Yeah, sorry. Can you all hear me? If you can do okay, Bing. Yeah, okay, great. So also like if you or your customers you want to have voice cloning regarding like your voice brand, so you have like a specific voice that you already work with, and you of course you have the consent of that voice to clone them. You also can use that for your AI voices, and ultimately you can create voices as well in Elevenlabs. So you can use parameters like gender, age, and accent to create new voices as well for your usage, and that they would be exclusive to you. Perfect. And then just as we deliver the product is you can have both the web app and the API. Of course, when we're talking about conversation AI, most of our customers will use, or all of them will use, the API version. So you can have access to our documentation on our website. So you have all the information there regarding the API and WebSockets. Okay. All right. So passing to the next subject that I would like to bring you here, but I wouldn't go too deep on that. Also, of my nature, I'm not the most technical person at on Elevenlabs side. But I would like to bring this documentation here that you can see this link. But basically, if you go to our documentation on our website and you look for reducing latency, you're gonna see like all these best practices on how to
Hey,
reduce. Sorry, yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
I think your mic has some statics right now.
Oh, sorry. It's
Yeah.
my,
Okay. It's all good now.
Oh, much better? Oh, thank you so much, Bing. Thank you for that. I hope it was not very disruptive for everyone. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, so just so you guys know, we have these best practices on optimized latency. I would definitely say that the things that will make the latency to go as low as 400 milliseconds will be especially utilizing the V2 turbo model, and also leverage streaming and web or web sockets, especially web sockets. And one thing that I always tell customers is, I think like one of the most frequent questions we have is, how, what should be like the chunks that we will send to you to have the lowest latency and but also best intonation and voice quality. So for a WebSocket, for example, you will see in this documentation that we even recommend sending us word by word, and we can buffer words until there's a sentence that makes sense, so we can render the audio accordingly, right, with the right emotion, with the right tone, sometimes even with the right pronunciation of a certain word as well. Like, because for example, you could have the word to read, read and read, depends on the present or past tense, how you're going to speak that word. So we always buffer words until they are like sentences that make sense. But also using WebSockets for that use, also like lower the latency. So these are a few of the best practices that you can adopt, as well as like if you can leverage servers in the US, even better, because then our servers are also in the US, so the data doesn't have to travel much. And we hope to have, like, sometime this year, we are considering as well having servers in Europe. And that's something that will help the latency. But ultimately, as well as we release new turbo models, you will also see the latency being lowered much more. There's nothing much I can talk about now, but we are already experiencing like a few internal tests, and we can see that there is room for improvement on that, and our engineering team is definitely working on that as a top priority for Elevenlabs at the moment. All right, I think enough speaking about Elevenlabs right now. I think like one of the most expected moments of this webinar, and I have the huge pleasure to bring to our conversation Bing, who is the CEO and co-founder of Retellai, and as well as Zexia, the CTO and co-founder. So for you that don't know Retellai, I think they went quite viral in the last the last few months because of their amazing quality of their product. I think like that's the first reason why. But Retellai is a company founded not too long ago in Palo Alto, California. They are backed by Y Combinator, and basically what Retellai does is to provide a fast, simple solution to implement human-like voice agencies in different companies. So sometimes, like companies, they don't have the enough hands, or they don't want to have the trouble of like putting different LLMs together to create like different AI agents. So basically, Retellai can do that in a very fast and easy way that they're going to talk more about it. And they're already trusted by so many different companies out there, dozens and dozens of companies that are already using Retellai. So the idea here is to have like a fireside chat with them. So Bing and Zexia, are you there? Can you hear me well?
Yep, we can hear you well.
Very good. Firstly, thank you so much for joining this webinar. It's a real pleasure to have you. I think like I gave some spoilers, but if you can give a little bit about tell us a little bit about Retellai and the work you're doing, it would be amazing.
Great. Well, first of all, thank you so much, Lucas, for inviting us. It's truly a pleasure for us to be on this webinar with you. Elevenlabs has been extremely great. We really love it. So Retellai, what we're building is a conversational voice API that helps developers build human-like voice AI agents. Our API tackles long latency and unnatural interactions and handling interruptions in edge cases. So when building LLM-based voice AI, it is very easy for developers to build human-like voice AI agents. And we're also based in San Francisco. So if you're in the Bay Area, feel free to grab a coffee with us. We're happy to do so.
Amazing. Very good. I need to cross the pond for that coffee, but someday I'll be happy to do so. I'm based in Dublin, just so everyone knows. But amazing. And I think like my first question, or my second question would be,
I think your microphone is having some sound issues again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's come and go. So
okay, I'm going to call it. Okay. Is it better now?
Yes, much better.
Very good. Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry for this this little technical issue, guys. So great. So my second question would be, how did you first hear about Elevenlabs, and what made you decide to give it a try?
Yeah, so the story here is that we did not like initially just work on Retellai right off the box. We went through a pivot before, and last year we like started working audio space about streaming translation experience for like streamers. And at the time we were working with prosumers and streamers who need a good voice clone, and that's how we found Elevenlabs. We found the voice clone to be very accurate and represents the streamer's traits. And then we also found like Labs itself, the sounds are just realistic and not robotic like the traditional players sounds. So that's how we first heard about Labs.
Oh, that's really good. Thanks for that. Amazing. And how impactful was Elevenlabs on Retell's amazing like rapid growth? Like, how much like by using Elevenlabs in the start of the company, how do you think like it impacted the results? And also like how would you compare Elevenlabs like voices in terms of like audio quality and ease of integration, compared to other providers, for example?
Right. It's the short answer is it's extremely impactful. So how we went kind of viral on Twitter, we got over 1 million impressions. We got many thousands of people trying out demo. And actually, I think the first wow moment, the first magical moment that these users are trying and kind of experiencing is that kind of human-like voice. I mean, the interaction and the low latency and the back and forth is very impressive, but voice definitely plays a key role there. So I say it contributed hugely to the success of the demo that we posted to the internet a few weeks ago.
Amazing. That's so exciting. And also like for those who doesn't know, like I at this pivot of the company as well, we were already interacting with Retell since like their like really first days as a company, and even when they were trying a different solution as they mentioned in the market. So to be honest, when we saw the great success you were having overnight, it was amazing. It is a great surprise for us too. And great. And could you tell us like any success stories or any improvements that you saw in your customers, like AI chatbots after like you integrated with Elevenlabs, or like any success story that you've had with a customer after implementing like more human-like voices that you could possibly tell us?
Yeah, for sure. So majority of our clients use Elevenlabs on our platform, even though like the price is charged on a premium for that. And we see that like people who adopt us, and using Elevenlabs to replace their call operations, to replace some of their daily mundane jobs of maintaining an IVR system. We do see like success metrics grow substantially for those, and like it's just a much better experience than the previously. Like think about, you call a bank and the bank has like press 1 for what, press 2 for what. Think of the experience you get from there versus using Retellai and Elevenlabs together, where you have like human-like voices, human-like interactions, and you can just talk to an agent like how you talk to humans. So I would say like since the majority of clients are using Elevenlabs, that's like whatever success stories we have, Elevenlabs share part of that for sure.
Okay, amazing. That's great. And then, did you have any challenges with Elevenlabs in order to integrate it, or was there any challenge that you faced that you could like resolve it, or in general, it was just smooth. But or is there any improvements that you want to see also for the near future?
Well, first of all, like Elevenlabs done a pretty good job for developer experience. Like, you know, the docs are great. Lucas is really responsive and Lucas helpful. And, you know, like some of the smaller questions or problems we encountered in the past includes concurrency, but that was resolved after, you know, enterprise plans rolled out. And the other issues we had was that, you know, during like streaming in WebSocket, you don't necessarily get chunks with complete samples at the end. It might be a sample cut in half between the first chunk and second chunk, but just have to write a short logic to handle that. Not a big deal. Yeah, overall, I feel like from a developer perspective, it's pretty easy to use.
Oh, that's great.
In the near future, you know, we just hope that, you know, the turbo model can go to like new and more languages, and as you mentioned, that's in the near future.
Most definitely. I'm also really looking forward to it as well, as you may know. But yeah, we're expecting that. But our engineering teams, they're working night and day to make it possible. And great. So I don't want to make it too long, but I have a few questions here, but also a little bit conscious of the time, and I want to give you guys enough time to make the demo and be comfortable about it. And I think like the last question would be also like in what ways, I think like you spoke a little bit about like in what ways has partnering with Elevenlabs helped your company to differentiate itself in the competitive landscape already that conversation AI is, but also like you can speak like I would like to know like you know how partnering with Elevenlabs has helped you to differentiate yourself, but also if you want to let everyone know here what are the other things that makes Retell quite unique in the conversation AI market.
Yeah. So from our experience, Lucas, like you mentioned, the more human-like the AI conversation, the better user experience it is, the more engaging the customers will be. And that's definitely what we find as well from our end. We believe we've reached a point in history where for the first time, voice interfaces are good enough to start becoming mainstream and becoming and having mass adoptions. So if you think about it, it used to be something like Siri and Alexa. It's like Amazon Poly Voices. It's now interactive. But right now, with Elevenlabs and a great human-like interaction, I think a lot of the possibilities can be unlocked. And that's what we're seeing in real time, what developers are doing with our technology as well as Elevenlabs. So really interesting and exciting space for us. And we believe this partnership will help society, will help create great applications that change the world.
Amazing. That's great. Thank you so much for that. And really quick, well, I think like you kind of answer already that, but like what just like from your perspective, and I'm always so curious about listening like to you know the companies that are changing the market. How do you envision the future of conversation AI evolving in general?
Right. Yeah. So we look at it in two different ways, right? So there's the existing market of, you know, how many people in the world are currently using conversation to do their jobs. So there are currently 20 million call center agents in the world, and they're doing jobs like customer service, telemarketing, etc., heavily using conversation. And if you think about it, they're sort of like a voice interface with systems. So they pick up commands and they enter into computer systems. And we believe that these can be sort of also done on automated with AI plus a great voice AI with interaction that's human-like and voice that's human-like. So we do believe that a lot of these mundane tasks can be done by AI in the near future. And in the longer run, as the price gets cheaper And as the unit economics gets better, we do believe that voice interface will play even a bigger role. So imagine consumer apps with voice interface, imagine website with voice interface, imagine interactive games with NPCs that talk to you in real time. So it's a very, very exciting future for sure.
Most definitely, and I definitely share the same thoughts as you. Thanks for that. Great. So I think we could move to the next session or next step of this chat, and it would be for a live demo. So if you can give us a little live demo of how Retellai can help customers in general, and also of course take into consideration the Elevenlabs voices on it.
Yeah, sounds great. We'd love to give a quick demo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call a number, and on the other side will be a receptionist that takes my appointment. Let's see.
Hi, this is South Bay Dental Office. How may I help you?
Hi, I'd like to make an appointment.
Great. Are you a new patient or have you been to our clinic before?
I'm a new patient.
Got it. I'll need your phone number and name to get you set up. Can you please provide that information?
Yeah, my name is Bing, and my phone number is 209-608-6888.
Thank you, Bing. Now let's find a suitable appointment time for you. When are you available next week?
I'm available Tuesday at 9:30 a.m.
Fantastic. We have an opening at 9:30 a.m.
Actually, can I make it 10 a.m.?
Of course, 10 a.m. it is. Your appointment is all set for next Tuesday at 10 a.m. We look forward to seeing you then.
Great. Thank you so much. All right.
That's really nice, and especially the interruption part. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but the way you interrupted the AI voice and how your system handled with that.
Yeah, so we have our turn-taking model that detects, when user interrupts if it's just a slight back channel or if it's a real interruption, and if so, our system will be able to understand what is being talked so far and being able to respond based on that. And I think 11 Turbo plays a key role here. Once you interrupt that, once you recover from that, you have to respond something new. So Turbo speed definitely plays a key role here.
That's amazing. Yeah, because this is one of the main things that customers we hear from customers is interruption is a big part. Also, it makes way more human-like when you're able to interrupt and have this dynamic in the conversation. Great. And do you think you could give us just a sneak peek on how easy it would be for customers to put together and create an AI agent, for example, on your side?
Yeah, for sure. So let me quickly share something with you all. So it's quite easy to build a quick demo on our no-code playground. The demo you just heard is the homepage dentist demo agents. You basically come in to the playground, and here is where you would normally enter your custom LLM, meaning the LLM that you set up. However, you can use our simple retail LLM to build a quick demo proof of concept. So here's the prompt that we use to build the dentist receptionist. And you can feel free to edit any prompts you like. You can make it like an AI companion or AI salesperson or whatever. And then it will become that persona. And in here, you can choose various different voices. And the providers, if you choose Elevenlabs, as you can see, we do charge a premium for Elevenlabs, and you can use all the voices from Elevenlabs. And you can also add custom voices here. So let me play.
Hello, I'm Ethan, your AI shadow, discreetly managing your tasks and guiding you through the night.
Yep. I even have my own voices cloned here for customers to use. So this is my...
Hi, Bing at your service. Let me know what you're after, and I'll get right on it.
Yep, it's quite accurate. And at the bottom, we have some advanced settings. You can add ambient sound. You can change responsiveness, voice speed, voice temperature, which is the stability control for Elevenlabs, which is quite helpful to toggle and play with. So yeah, these are all the customization options here, and you can do all of these in the API programmatically as well. And you can do it programmatically and at scale for your voice applications.
A quick teaser, we're going to roll out like a new UI at maybe the end of this week or beginning of next week to give people even easier and better way to create the agent. Yeah.
Amazing, guys. That's really, really great. And so easy, and like really no hard code involved at all. So I think that's going to make the life of so many companies that don't want to spend too much with like developers and all that to put together. It's amazing. Great. Thank you so much, Bing and Zexia, for your participation. Like really, and it's a real pleasure to work with you. And I really, really hope that Retell just keep doing like a great job. But stay there, that we still have like the Q&A session, and we might have like 1 or 2 questions for you. Great. So I'm gonna share my screen again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, Q&A session with Elevenlabs and Retell. Terry, I think like if you're there as well, the invisible hand that has helped us in this webinar. If you're there, would you mind letting us know if there's any good question or any question that could be shared with other people? We already have like a few questions that I can see. Okay, so I think like the first question that I can answer, there's one. Well, I think there's one question for Bing, but I think that also depends on Elevenlabs. Was when can we expect Elevenlabs 29 language integration with Retellai? I think this will be probably when we have like a turbo model with all the 29 languages. Then I think it's going to be possible for Bing and Zexia to add that to Retell, but then it's at their discretion, obviously. But at least we still don't support real-time interactions in 29 language. So I think like hopefully we will have that sooner than later. But thank you for your question. Let me see any other question. Maybe this is for you. As an add-on, can we add a German phone number or any phone number in that case? I think that's more like a question for you guys.
Right. For the German phone number, you can totally do it. We do have support and integrated Twilio and telecommunications in the platform, but we also have the support for like using your own telecommunication systems or using your own Twilio systems as per se. So you can reach out to us at founders@retellai.com, and we can send you over some docs around like how you can set it up.
You send the email to the chat as well.
Yeah, maybe I can do a quick change. So it's founders at Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yes, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. It's founders at
retellai.com. Yeah, I just sent it in the chat.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'll do a quick change here live as our communication. So let me share my screen again. Yeah, so if you want to talk to, sorry, just put it here really quickly. If you want to reach out to Retellai, you can also email them here on founders@retellai.com. Thanks for that, guys. Let me see. I had a good one. Maybe there's like one about pricing. Maybe that could be sent directly to founders. Just really conscious of the time because I know we've best 1 minute here. I'm going to select 1 or 2 questions more. And I think we can then wrap up. And then if you guys have any questions, just let us know. I think there's a good one here for you, you both. Do you think it would be possible for Retellai to be able to navigate an IVR system at the beginning of the call?
Yes, that's possible.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, I think like as we pass the time, let me see if there's anyone that you could mention, Terry, maybe that I didn't see here in the questions. Nope.
I think you've covered most of them. The majority are around languages, from what I'm seeing.
All right, perfect. Great. All right, thank you so much, everyone. If you have any questions, just let us know. You have like the email here from the different companies. And thank you so much. And special thanks for Retellai for joining this webinar. And hopefully to see you guys skyrocketing even more. Thank you all for this. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next webinar.
Thanks, Lucas, for having us.
All right. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Peace.